He was donating a kidney to a family friend. He was like a waiter and a bartender at the time, so he didn't have great coverage. It was before Medicare kicked in. So yeah, back in 2014. He ended up fortunately getting treatment at the University of Arizona's oncology ward for free, and come home with like dumb bullshit work complaints, totally forgetting that he had just like had a round of chemotherapy. And he'd like listen to it and just be like, "Oh man, yeah, that sounds like it sucks." I was like, "Oh fuck." I totally forgot you have stage 4 cancer, and my problems are pretty trivial. But yeah, I like listening to him. It would be like 48 or 72 hours of treatment where they just ramp up his immune system, and he'd gain like 80 pounds of water weight. Yeah, it was just like somebody had tossed a beehive at him. You just swell up. But it worked. Then like Medicare kicked in, and he got accepted to MD Anderson. And funny enough, like his first trip to MD Anderson, they scanned him and he was completely clear. We laughed. I called out of work the day he went to get his screening when they cleared him. We were kind of expecting the worst, which is why I wanted to be with him. Like, we'd seen it already, like, spread to his neck, and, I forget, like, bones in his body, like, it had just spread a lot. And, I don't know, I was just laughing with him. It's like, no, I'm excited to take a day off work, and nobody can say shit, you got cancer, man. Like, we just use it as an excuse for everything. Yeah, and then we were just there, and it was funny, we were in the elevator, and he had his screening. After he had his screening, we were in the fucking elevator at MD Anderson with this, like, bald lady. It's like there on death's doorstep, just, like, trying not to celebrate. She was, like, there in the throes of her life, and, like, we were having the best news we had ever had. Like, not believing it. It was just like winning the lottery. Yeah, so 2014, the night of May 6th, the morning of May 7th, my brother was murdered while walking 3 blocks home from the bar that he worked at. He was shot in the neck, and they never found out who did it.
Or why.
All of his belongings were on him. Somebody called it in just thinking that a vagrant had died in the neighborhood. I woke up that morning. I was living with him at the time. He wasn't home, which was abnormal. Thought it was strange, so I called him and texted him. Thought something was up, like maybe he had witnessed something going on. We lived in, like, not a terrible neighborhood, but a questionable one. So I thought that just while I left for work, I was gonna drive down a couple of the blocks. And when I turned out of the neighborhood, the street was taped off and there was a blanket over a body, and I noticed his shoes and hat sticking out under it.
I want to apologize for the interruption. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell. It really helps out the channel and you'll never miss an episode. Thanks.
2 or 3 months before he was murdered, he was cleared for full recovery. And I don't know. Yeah, in my mind, I just like kept on thinking how terrible it was if like somehow the treatment had just been too much on his body, and he had been having a heart attack and like trying to get home for help.
So you were thinking natural causes at first?
Yeah, only, I don't know. No, at first I was thinking like something terrible, like he had been killed, like he had been murdered, but for the first 3 hours, the cops were saying that it didn't seem to be that way because they hadn't turned the body. The night he was killed, we were walking to the bar, complaining about Arizona gun laws. Just wild to me.
Run.
Yeah,
So crazy.
just how fucking easy it is to get guns in this country. So bizarre, it was fun that like he was the one that I wanted to like talk to about how mind-blowing this fucking situation was. And then it's fucking bizarre, you realize like everybody's getting murdered. Like you go to a support group and there's like 20 people sitting around in a circle and everyone's like knows somebody that's been murdered and you're like, this is fucking crazy. Like, how's this happening? Cancer definitely gave a sense of community. The murder was like very isolating. Even when looking up support groups, like, not to knock what like my dad was going through. But there's a lot for like parents of murdered children dealing with like murdered parents. There's not like it's really nothing for siblings, and it's a different kind of loss. I wanted like a brother who had dealt with a brother dying, and it was insane. Like, it was embarrassing. Like, I was reaching out on the internet to like stories of like people that had gone through it to like just talk to somebody that had experienced that. I don't know. Like, I still want to send them like dick and fart jokes via text. Like, it doesn't go away. We're about to have a kid, and like on my lunch break, I want to like sit and talk to him about how crazy it is and what I'm in for, and yeah, if he can help me babysit. Shit like that. Yeah, got to live with him.
You got time with him because of that cancer, and so in a way, it's almost like fucking.
No, I got a year of him at his most like vulnerable, and just kind of got to validate how close we were, and there weren't any issues. There was no like, it was just idolatry. Like, this was just a good guy and mentor that I thought he was. Weird thing was like moving in with him when he got cancer was like a dream. It's like, yeah, man, we're gonna hang out, pal around. Yeah, I don't know, we were just really close. It's just such like an important gap in the story that you do always wonder about. It gets less and less, I guess, or less and less important. Like, the absence is always there.
For me, with like my dad, right?
Yeah.
Me and my dad, we weren't even fucking close. But when he died, it's just like, you missed my brother getting married, you missed my brother's kids growing up, you missed me graduating college. Like, you miss out on so much in life just because like it was a little different with my situation, but because my dad committed suicide, right? He like chose that thing. But especially when you have such an important family figure and really like cornerstone on your life, right? And then now that's gone, and now he can't see those things that he should be able to see and experience, right?
Well, and I'm guessing, I mean, I know you and I like bonded because we had shitty laws in our families. And that similarity is very real. But I really don't know, like, did your dad leave a letter or anything?
Nothing.
Yeah, then that's a narrative that doesn't get closed. Like, you don't know the pain that led up to that point, like the closure that he had before. Because I don't, not to sound callous, but like I agree with suicide. I really do.
Yeah.
I don't know, I think the similarity is like you're stuck there piecing together like what you think the red flags are, what you think the like reasons were. I do think it's fucked up when somebody kills themselves without like communicating anything.
Yeah, I think I told you that my other brother also killed himself. Did I tell you that? Yeah. And so he also didn't leave a letter. And that's the one that leaves me like questioning the most, because he was 24, like super fucking young.
That's really,
Yeah, like, and I'm just like, even me at 24 with like, because I got the fucking straight what not to do book, and so I was just like, I'm not gonna do anything you guys are doing because you guys are obviously fucking it up. And so,
Yeah.
like, you know, I was like trying super hard to have my shit together, and then like even me at 24 though, I had nothing to fucking show for it. You know, it's like you gotta put in so much work to make your life like fucking decent, right? And,
Yeah.
like at 24, like you don't have that. But
No, you don't have that, and you don't have the foresight to be like, oh, I'm certain it's going to get better.
Yeah.
Certain characteristics he had, and he could really like appreciate me being like the weird one in the family without just appreciating that it was being weird. Like he got it. Oh, that's nice. I'm going to be a parent, and I don't know why, probably just because I'm like a human and narcissistic. I thought it'd be a boy, but I hoped that the boy would be a lot like him, or that I could find a way to raise the boy just like him. And that's silly because I found out we're having a girl and there's no difference whatsoever. But it's easy to project that on something that you know and that you see. But yeah, like I hope that my daughter's like as confident as he is. And then has like some of the privilege that he did. I also wish I could talk to him about it.